Hello everybody, Beaton here and welcome back to another past paper practice video. In this video I will be tackling some multiple choice type questions on algebra. So let's head straight into the first question. So this question says, when 5 is added to a certain number and the result is multiplied by 3, the final answer is 27. What is the original number? So the first thing we need to do is come up with an equation to represent this statement. So it says when 5 is added to a certain number. So what is that certain number? We don't know what that certain number is. So in cases like these, when we don't know the value of a number, we put a variable to represent it or a letter. So we can say x. So when 5 is added to this number, the result is multiplied by 3. So all of this, we have to multiply this by 3. We put everything in bracket and we multiply it by 3. So the final answer is 27, so this is equal to 27. They want to know what is the original number. So we want to solve for x, which is the original number, so we can distribute the 3 one time. So 3 times x would be 3x, 3 times 5 would be 15, is equal to 27. So 3x would be equal to, this 15 is adding, and we take it over, we'll subtract, so we'll have 27 subtract 15. So 27 subtract 15 would give me 7, 5 from 7 would be 2, 1 from 2 would be 1, so 3x is equal to 12. So therefore x would be equal to, so this 3 is multiplying, and we take it over, we'll do the opposite, which is divide, so 12 divided by 3, hence x is equal to 4. So the answer is 4. And we could think of it, when 5 is added to 4, this will give us 9. The result is multiplied by 3. So 9 times 3 is 27. And that is how we can double check our answer. So the next question says, if x is an integer that satisfies the inequality, so we have 2x is greater than 4, but less than or equal to 6. Then, so we want to know what would be x as an integer that would satisfy this equation. So we put the 2x in the middle, it's greater than 4, but less than or equal to 6. So we want to isolate the x, so we need to take over this 2. And we take over the 2, we're taking over this 2 over both sides at once. So the 2 is multiplying, so when we take it over on both sides, it will divide. So the 2 will divide here, the 2 will divide here, and the 2 will divide here. So the 2 will go, and it divides here. So 4 divided by 2 would be 2. So you can say x is greater than 2, but less than or equal to. So 6 divided by 2 would be 3. So the answer is x is greater than 2 but less than or equal to 3. So this answer here would be simply A as the answer. So the next question says, so the sum of P plus Q is equal to 32. Their difference is 12. So P minus Q is equal to 12. What is the smaller number? So we have a simultaneous equation we want to solve here. So we can do method of substitution, or we can do the method of elimination. So let's do the method of elimination so that looks easier. So the coefficients here are already the same, so we just need to subtract the like terms. To get rid of this variable, we'll use the elimination method. So we'll have P subtract P plus Q subtract a negative Q is equal to 32 subtract 12. So P subtract P would be 0, that will cancel out, and Q subtract negative Q, the two negatives will turn into a positive, so Q plus Q would be 2Q is equal to 32 minus 12, so 32 minus 12 would simply give me, this would be 0, 20, so Q is so this will give me 20, hence Q would therefore be equal to, this 2 is multiplying, and we take it over to a divide, so we'll have 20 divided by 2, Q is equal to 10. So the value of Q is 10. So let's find what is the other number. So we already have this equation, so we can substitute Q being equal to 10 into that equation. So it will be P plus, instead of Q, we'll have 10 is equal to 32. So P would therefore be equal to 32. So this 10 is adding, and we take it over, we'll subtract. So 32 minus 10, hence P is equal to 32 minus 10 is 22. So To answer the question, the smaller number is simply 10. And to double check our answer, it says the sum of two positive numbers, P and Q, is 32, so that's right. 10 plus 22 is 32 indeed, and their difference is 12. So 22 minus 10 is 12, so indeed that is true. So the smaller number is 10. So this question says 3x to the second power multiplied by 2x to the third power. And they want to know what's the answer for this. So for this, we multiply the numbers for, so 3 times 2 is 6. And x to the second power times x to the third power, we put back the base and we add the powers. 2 plus 3 would give me 5. So 6x to the fifth power, which will simply give me B as the answer. And with that, this has brought me to the end of this video in which I tackled some algebraic concepts using some multiple choice type questions. I trust that these questions brought out the concepts clearly, and I want you to keep practicing. So practice makes perfect, and keep practicing until I see you in the next video. Until then, take care.